Alright, so I recently got the Meteor 65 Pro, and I will have a video on this model shortly, but I wanted to make a video on a recent trend I've been finding on a lot of the models I've been getting lately. Well, maybe not a lot of the models, but more and more of the models that I'm getting seem to have PIDs that are very conservative. The PIDs are very low, and when you're flying around, as long as you're not flying around too aggressively, most people, especially beginners, are probably not going to notice much of a difference. This thing flies fine, but when you push it really hard, which a lot of expert pilots will do, the PIDs out of the box are not, or they're not high enough, basically. And I've been thinking of why this might be happening. It's been happening more and more lately, and I think it's because they're trying to tune these for the lowest common denominator. So even if if you put the PIDs on, say, like 10 of these with the exact same parts, exact same hardware, the builds might be slightly different. There's a little bit more pressure on the screws on tightening down the flight controller. So it has, if the PIDs are too high, you're going to get vibrations. I've been finding over time that they keep lowering the PIDs to account for these slight differences in the builds. But now I'm realizing that they're doing this because they're doing it because there's a lot of differences in the way people fly these. So they're not tuning these for how they're built brand new. So like obviously this looks pretty new. I've actually crashed this a few times, but they're not building these for out of the box brand new pristine condition. They're tuning them for people that fly them with bent props, broken frame, broken canopy, a lot of vibrations, maybe the flight controller is not screwed on properly. And that's a pretty common thing, especially with these kind of tiny whips that crash a lot. Things will, props will bend. You might get a broken spar here on your frame, and those will introduce more vibrations into the flight controller, and if the PIDs are too high, you might get the flyaway to the moon, or you may have burned motors or burned ESCs, hot motors, those kind of problems. So I think on certain models, the manufacturers are accounting for the fact that people will just tend to crash and they don't care how it sounds. It sounds bizarre, to most experienced pilots. They'll know, oh, okay, that's a bent prop. I need to bring it in and fix that. Most other people, they don't care, or they don't know that they shouldn't be flying that way, and they'll fly it around with a bent prop. So I'm thinking that manufacturers are doing that to prevent people from having a bad experience, where if they do happen to fly in that situation where they're flying around with a bent prop or some other problem, with the actual build, then there's less likely of a chance of them having a burned motor. I think that's what's going on with these, because I think, as they get more complaints and returns, they're probably realizing a lot of people just fly around with bent props and don't care, and don't even know that they really shouldn't be doing that. So they've been lowering the PIDs to account for that. So what they're doing is they're purposefully build these, they crash them around, make sure they have bent props, and then they tune it for that so that it doesn't have hot motors, and so the PIDs are super low. So these have like PIDs that are lower than defaults. They're like in the 30s, whereas something like of this size should be much higher in the 60 to 80 range. But with PIDs that high, and if you're flying around broken or bent props, you're going to get hot motors, you might get burned out motors, you might get burned ESCs, and that ultimately leads to a bad experience, especially for new pilots that don't know they shouldn't be doing that. So for those of you guys that do know what you're doing, and you're like, well, I don't want to buy something because it doesn't have good PIDs out of the box, it's because they're not tuning these for you guys, they're tuning these for the inexperienced pilots that don't know what they're doing. And so they don't want them to have burned motors if they're flying around with bent props. But there's a pretty easy solution to this. You don't have to flash anything. You don't have to, update your firmware or anything like that. That's another mistake that a lot of inexperienced pilots make, is the first thing they do is they flash the newest version of Betaflight, and then they brick their flight controller, or they basically put it to a state where it's pretty much a paperweight and can't fly. don't do that. All you gotta do is just raise the P and D gains and maybe the I gains, and it's pretty simple. Like for something like this, go up maybe 5 or 10 on the P and the Ds. Fly it around for 30 seconds, see how it feels to you. If it feels better, great, stop. Or if not, keep going, and then check your motor temperatures when you land. That's all you gotta do. And as long as you have cool motors, you're good to go. You can raise them pretty much as high as you want until it starts acting like crazy and starts flying the moon. Then you want to back off. Now, keep in mind when you do that, basically you're tuning to the edge of performance. So if you want to tune to the edge of performance, when you crash and you have a bent prop, you don't want to be flying around for too long with that, because you're going to get hot motors and eventually burn that motor out with that bent prop. So I just want to make this quick video. I was going to include this in the review on this model, but I figured, well, I'll make a separate video on this one because it's kind of an interesting talking point, and I didn't want to like make that video a lot longer. But I'm seeing this more and more on a lot of models, and I just basically, this is basically a question I've had from a lot of people is like, why are the PIDs so low? And just raise them up until you feel like it feels better to you, or you get hot motors and you need to back off from those. That's pretty much it. Don't have to flash anything. I usually just increase the P and the D gains, sometimes the I gains. Most of the times that's all you need to really do, and it'll fly a lot better. And just keep in mind that on some of these models that they're tuning these very conservatively for those people that do tend to fly around with broken parts on their quad. Okay, hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.